Have you ever stared into a mirror just a little too long and felt like the person looking back wasn't quite you? That flicker of movement in your peripheral vision, the unnerving feeling of being watched, even when you're completely alone. It's an ancient fear. For centuries, people have whispered that mirrors aren't just glass and silver. They're portals, gateways to something else. Tonight, we're not just whispering. We're going to pull back the curtain on the most chilling, the most forbidden mirror rituals known to man. These are practices so dangerous, they promise to shatter the thin veil between our world and the terrifying unknown. The question is, are you brave enough to keep looking? Because what you're about to hear should never, ever be betrayed. This isn't a game. This is a warning. The belief that mirrors hold a strange power is as old as our own reflection. Before we had polished glass, people would stare into still water, polished obsidian, or shimmering metal, a practice known as scrying. They weren't just looking for their own image, they were seeking glimpses of the future, messages from the other side. But with this power came a great fear. The fear that if a mirror could show you things, perhaps things could also look back. Many ancient cultures believed a reflection wasn't just light bouncing back. It was a part of your soul. To break a mirror wasn't just bad luck. It was to shatter a piece of your very essence, leaving you vulnerable, exposed. It was said that a reflection could be stolen, trapping a person's spirit within the cold, silent glass for eternity. These aren't just forgotten superstitions. They are the bedrock upon which modern terror is built. You know the name. You've probably even heard the dare, whispered in a darkened bathroom by friends looking for a cheap thrill. Bloody Mary. Say her name 3 times into a mirror, and she will appear. But have you ever wondered where she came from? The legend has twisted and evolved over time, a monstrous amalgamation of historical figures and folkloric boogeymen. Some trace her back to a queen known for her brutal reign, others to a local woman accused of witchcraft. Her spirit forever bound to the instruments of her vanity. The details change, but the core terror remains the same. A malevolent entity, summoned from the depths of the glass, ready to drag you back with her. This isn't unique. Across the globe, cultures have their own versions. In Japan, there's the legend of the Murasaki Kagami, the purple mirror, which brings a curse upon anyone who remembers its name by their 20th birthday. In these tales, the mirror is a constanta, silent, waiting judge, and a doorway that should never be opened. Now, we venture deeper into the specifics of a ritual that has circulated in hushed tones, online, and in forgotten books. It goes by many names, but we'll call it the Devil's Face. It's disturbingly simple, which is what makes it so tempting and so dangerous. The instructions are always similar. You need a dark room, a single candle, and a mirror. You are to stand before the mirror, the candlelight casting long, dancing shadows around you. The goal is to stare, unwavering, into your own eyes. Don't look away. Don't even blink if you can help it. The purpose, they say, is to peel back the layers of your own perception, to see what lies beneath your familiar face. At first, nothing happens, but as seconds stretch into minutes, your brain, starved of new stimuli, begins to play tricks. Your features might distort, melt, and warp. This is known as the Troxler effect, a simple optical illusion. But that's not what the ritual is about. The ritual claims that what you'll see next isn't an illusion. It's something else looking through your eyes. The lore speaks of a presence, an ancient, dark entity that can be invited through this intense, focused gaze. It promises forbidden knowledge, a glimpse beyond the veil, but it never mentions the price of that knowledge, or the possibility that once you invite something to look through your eyes, it might decide it likes the view. The real danger isn't just psychological. It's the act of invitation. You are performing a ritual, focusing your will, and calling out into the dark. And the deepest, most primal fear is that something might just answer. You might think these are just stories, campfire tales for a modern age. But the mind is a powerful, fragile thing. Let me tell you about Daniel, a composite of accounts found in forums deep on the web. He was a skeptic, goaded by his friends. He performed a ritual, similar to the one I just described, as a joke. He stared into the mirror, waiting. And he saw it. His face twisted into a sneering, unrecognizable mask. He laughed it off, told his friends it was just a mind trick. But the experience lingered. He started seeing that face, not just in the mirror, but in the reflection of a darkened phone screen, in a shop window, in the eyes of a stranger. Paranoia began to eat at him. He felt constantly watched, a persistent, chilling presence just over his shoulder. He couldn't sleep in a room with a mirror. He covered every reflective surface in his house. The apathetic sneer he saw in the glass became a permanent fixture in the back of his mind. He wasn't attacked by a demon. He was devoured by his own fear, a fear he willingly unlocked and invited into his own head. This is the glare of the consequences. These rituals don't need a real monster to destroy you. They create one inside your own mind, an enemy you can never escape because it wears your face. This is why we tell you, never try this. The potential for genuine psychological harm, severe anxiety, paranoia, psychosis is very, very real. These aren't pathways to enlightenment. They are recipes for self-induced torment. So why are we so drawn to this? Why do we lean in closer when we should be running away? It's human nature. We are curious creatures, fascinated by the unknown, by the possibility that there is more to this world than what we can see and touch. There's a thrill in standing at the edge of a cliff, a dark allure too peeking behind the curtain. Exploring the supernatural can be a way of confronting our deepest fears about life, death, and what might come after, all from a safe distance. And that's the key. A safe distance. There are far better and safer ways to indulge this curiosity. Lose yourself in a terrifying novel by a master of horror. Watch a scary movie with the lights off, knowing you can turn them back on at any moment. Listen to stories like this one. Let fiction be your portal. It gives you the chill, the adrenaline, the exploration of the dark, without forcing you to gamble with your own sanity. The characters in the story can pay the price, so you don't have to. The boundary between myth and real-world danger is your own mind. Don't let morbid curiosity trick you into crossing it. Stay on this side of the glass. Keep the darkness in the stories where it belongs. Thank you for joining me on this chilling journey into the reflective abyss. Remember these tales as what they are. Warnings. Be curious, but be safe. For more explorations into the shadows, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. You don't want to miss what's lurking in our next video. Stay safe, and whatever you do, be careful the next time you look in the mirror. Close your eyes. Listen. What do you hear? The hum of your screen. The quiet settling of your home. Now, imagine those everyday sounds replaced by something else. Something ancient, unsettling, and undeniably real. We're about to dissect the very soundscape of dread, revealing the chilling echoes of Ashwood's most infamous spirits. Can you brave the unseen horrors lurking in the oral realm? There's a specific kind of silence that blankets Ashwood. It's not peaceful. It's heavy, charged, like the breath held before a scream. It's the disquieting quiet before the storm. This is what makes a place feel haunted, long before you hear a single thing. Ashwood's history is written in blood and sorrow, a dark past that has seeped into the very soil, creating an unseen force that waits in the stillness. Our brains are wired to fill these silent gaps, to anticipate the terror we know is coming. In the oppressive quiet of Ashwood, your mind is already primed for fear. Then, the silence breaks. It begins with whispers. Alleged disembodied voices, captured on recorders, hanging in the dead air. Are they just residual energy? A sound trapped in a loop, replaying a moment from decades past? Or is it something more? An intelligent communication from beyond the veil? We analyze these ethereal voices, stripping them down, searching for patterns, for meaning. But the whispers are just the beginning. Then come the footsteps. Unseen, but unmistakable. The slow, heavy tread on the floorboards above an empty attic. The hurried scuffle down a deserted hallway. We'll examine the physics of these phantom footsteps, How can sound be generated with no physical source? We delve into the theories, from localized atmospheric pressure changes to the chilling possibility that something is walking there, something we just can't see. And it's not just the distinct sounds, it's the low-frequency hums, the infrasound that many visitors to Ashwood report, sounds below the threshold of human hearing that can still have a profound impact, inducing feelings of dread, paranoia, and a physical sense of being watched. The symphony of dread in Ashwood grows louder. It evolves into echoes of pure agony. Reports consistently mention the sound of a screaming child. We'll break down these recordings, the high-pitched cries that seem to come from nowhere and everywhere at once. We'll explore the chilling cultural interpretations of such sounds, often seen as the most tragic and restless of spirits. Then there's the distant wail, an elongated, mournful sound that seems to carry on the wind. It's a sound of pure despair, and its psychological effect on listeners is potent, often leaving them with a profound and lasting sadness. But is it all in the mind? Or is the very architecture of Ashwood designed to trap and amplify these sounds? The twisted corridors, the vaulted ceilings, the way the wind howls through broken panes. The environment itself becomes an instrument, contorting and distorting sound, turning a simple creak into a tormented groan. How do we even begin to capture this? Standard microphones have their limits. We'll discuss the search for specialized equipment, for tools that can record the elusive frequencies that might hold the key. This isn't just about collecting ghost stories, it's about scientific intervention. We will present cases where a rational explanation was found to draft. Old pipes, a wandering animal. We must debunk what we can. But this only makes the remaining evidence more terrifying. The sounds that defy all natural explanation. Those are the ones that linger. We'll also explore the psychoacoustic effect, how specific sound patterns and frequencies can bypass our rational thought and directly trigger our most primal fears. It's not just what you hear, it's how your brain is forced to interpret it. Some sounds, it seems, are designed to terrify. So we are left here, in the oppressive soundscape of Ashwood, with its lingering lament. The enduring mystery is that not all of it can be explained away. Science can take us far, but eventually, we reach a boundary, and on the other side of that boundary is a chilling, resonant unknown. Ashwood's echo is a testament to the fact that some stories are never truly over. They just fade into a frequency we can no longer easily perceive, waiting for the right moment, the right silence, to be heard again. Now, think about your own experiences. The unsettling sounds you've dismissed, the places that made the hair on your arms stand up for no reason. What have you heard when you thought you were alone? The true horror is realizing that auditory perception shapes our reality of fear. The unseen is always with us. All you have to do is listen. And once you truly start listening, you may never feel comfortable in the silence again. Thank you for joining us in the dark. Don't forget to follow for more journeys into the unseen.